decided to record the video about IELTS Overview. This session is mainly for the educators that I have invited to attend to this particular session. However, I cannot do it live because I think you will have questions along the way that if I discuss and answer the questions at the same time, I might be out of focus. So I will discuss, I will pre-record, and then if you will have questions along the way, you can type your questions and I will answer them real time because we will view the video simultaneously. Thank you. Welcome to today's session of IELTS Overview. I will discuss to you the differences between IELTS Academic and IELTS General Training, mainly about the process of IELTS testing. It is important for us to provide a certification to a company or school or authorities in an English-speaking country that we are capable of using the language as the medium. Let us take a look at the band scores and their descriptions. So we're only focusing on band score 6, 7, 8, and 9. Alright, a band score 6 user has generally effective command or control of the language despite some inaccuracies. Users are able to comprehend but moderately advanced language. Therefore, you can understand fairly complex language in a particular situations, like very familiar situations. A band score 7 has a proficient control of the language. Although you will find occasional inaccuracies or misunderstandings, but generally, a band score 7 user can comprehend complex language or complex syntax. Let us have band score 8. A band score 8 is a very good user. There is a full command of the language with few errors along the way, and we can consider the errors as slips and can comprehend well even in unfamiliar situations. Therefore, this particular user can handle advanced arguments. Band score 9, as we call the expert user. You have a full command of the language with fluency. Fluent in writing and speaking. There is accuracy in this particular band score. So these are the 4 band scores that we are going to look at if we are asked by any authorities or agency to provide band score 7 as an overall band score. We should target band score 8. We should just not fully focus on what is band score 7 and how we can attain band score 7. I suggest to look at the higher band score so that once we practice, the skill that we practice is always at band score 8 or 9. This is our checklist. Know how you will be scored to get your target overall band score. Understand the test format, which we are going to discuss later. The test has specified time frame, so there's timing. And of course, take time to practice. To those who do not have any idea about IELTS Academic and IELTS General Training, we need to know the test format first, and then we begin the practice later on. So what are the things that we need to do? We have to read books. We have to watch movies. We have to sing songs. We have to read magazines, newspapers, watch series, docus, and anything you can expose yourselves to the language, the English language. So watch, read, listen, speak in English. We have to review grammar because that is our foundation. And of course, lastly, we have to practice. We cannot skip practice. Whether you would like to do it on your own or with a mentor, practice is a very important element because language not used is language forgotten. So the skills, the language skills that you have, if you are not going to use it, you will lose it along the way. With this orientation, I'd like to introduce myself first. My name is Miss Cha, and I think most of you are acquainted with me, or some of you are my friends, fellow educators. The reason why this session is emphasized to educators, it is because it is alarming that our professionals in the Philippines are having a hard time passing the writing. Let me show you this. So this is the overall mean band score of 2014. The 2014 and the 2015 statistics of its mean band scores for academic is not actually far from each other. Looking at the 2014 overall band scores for academic, this is per skill. So we have reading 6.8, listening 7.2, speaking 6.8, writing 6.2. Now earlier, I mentioned to you what is a competent user and what is a good user. And by far, per mean band score, overall band score of the academic, we are only of 7 or close to 7. A little bit over 7 with reading, listening, speaking. Writing is really an arduous matter. It takes time. It's a gradual process for writing. For the overall band score, we have 6.8. That is 2014. Is that bad? No, it's not. In fact, we ranked 4th in this particular year. And in 2015, we ranked 3rd. But is that alarming for me? Yes, because if you look at writing, that means there are so many professionals who are failing because of writing. If the required band score is at 7 for writing, let us look at the current statistic, the 2019 statistics that is available right now by IELTS.org. This is the academic and general training 2019 mean band scores. The first figure is for the academic, the second figure is for the general training. So for reading, let's look at reading. For IELTS academic reading, we have 6.8. For the general training, we have 5.7 in reading. That is the mean band score. Listening is at 7.3 for academic, 6.3 for general training. Speaking, 6.8 for academic, 6.3 for general training. Writing, 6.1 for academic, 5.8 for the general training. This is the 2019 mean band scores. Overall band scores for the Philippines, 6.8 for our academic, and for general training, that's 6.1, not 61. So that is our overall band score. We have to be well versed with the process so that we know what are we being tested for and how we are going to be marked or how we are going to be scored. What can we do to improve? Especially the writing skills. Because language is a skill that is used across the board. May it be math, science. There might be a reason why our students are not understanding with our lessons or our activities because their language skill is very low. Writing and reading differ. The topics that we have for academic, of course, suitable for anyone who would like to pursue their studies or who would like to work in an English-speaking country. On the other hand, general training topics are based on general interests, everyday life and situations. Very common social issues, social situations. The listening test is the same for both. The test will take 30 minutes. You have 40 questions. After 30 minutes, you are given 10 minutes to transfer your answer to an answer sheet. You will listen to 4 recordings, or it will be divided into 4 parts. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, with different accents. So the accents that they will use will vary. For IELTS speaking, this is a face-to-face interview with your examiner. The test will take 10 to 14 minutes only. I discussed the parts in one of the videos that I made. You can check the link below in the description box. So part 1 is our introduction, general questions. Part 2, that is our task card. You are given 1 minute to prepare and 2 minutes to deliver. And part 3, this is our long-term part, wherein you are asked further questions in connection to the topic that we have in part 2. IELTS writing, it will take 60 minutes, wherein you will spend 20 minutes for your task 1 and you will spend 40 minutes for your task 2. You will be able to finish this less than an hour given that you have practiced. Because once you practice, you will be able to find your strengths and weaknesses, the things that you need to improve in writing. And you can review technical errors, punctuation, spelling, grammar. What is academic writing? So in task 1, you are may be asked to describe, summarize, report a graph, a diagram, map, or a table. But sometimes there might be double graphs, or one diagram, or one bar graph. Or there will be 2 maps that will be presented to you. In task 2, you're asked to write an essay. For general training, our task 1 is to write a letter, a formal, semi-formal, or an informal letter. And task 2 is to write an essay. And we have number of words required. For academic, task 1 and general training task 1, we are required to have 150 words. For task 2, for both, 250 words. Our reading test will take 60 minutes. There will be 3 sections. Reading section consists of 40 questions. For academic reading, there will be 3 long passages with tasks. The passages are taken from books, journals, magazines, and newspapers. Texts are authentic, but they can be nonverbal. For general training, texts are also authentic, taken from notices, company handbooks, books, and newspapers. The general training reading topics are of general interests. You may visit the websites here for your practices. So we have for general training reading and academic reading tests. I have included that in my description box, so you can just copy it. To summarize our agenda today, we have recap number 1. IELTS writing ranks lowest in mean band score among the other skills tested in IELTS in the Philippines last 2014, 15, and 2019. Recap number 2, writing and reading tasks differ between academic and general training IELTS. Recap number 3, IELTS academic are taken by those who would like to work or study abroad. Recap number 4, general training are taken by those who would like to immigrate or study below the degree level. You may drop your email in the comment section below so that I can share to you some books. If you are here because you would like to employ this in your classroom instruction, or because you are going to an English-speaking country, whether to work, study, or live abroad, you need to, number 1, double check with your agency, company, school, or the university, the band score that you need so that you know your target. And then information number 2, practice will do the magic. Thank you so much. I'm very happy to have you, and I'm so excited of what you will do and of what you will become. Good luck and have a great day.